Hey everybody, so last year we started to use Heart of Dakota curriculum, and we did Little Hearts for His Glory. And so this is actually the Little Hearts for His Glory curriculum. I actually had it cut open and spiral bound, and it's been really nice and laminated, and so I've loved that, and so that's been really nice this year. And so we are actually still in Little Hearts for His Glory because when we started, my son had literally just turned 5. And as you can see, it's for 5 to 7-year-olds. So we are going to be doing that until November of this year. So he'll be in the middle, almost, not quite middle, but almost middle of his first grade year when we'll be finishing up Little Hearts for His Glory, and then we're going to be starting Beyond Little Hearts for His Glory for ages 6 to 8 in January after Christmas when he will be 6.5. So for those of you that are wanting to know more about Little Hearts for His Glory, I have a video that I did last year that shows all that comes with it, what I think of it, that kind of a thing, so you can look that up. But this is going to be more based on how I feel about Heart of Dakota program in general and a little bit about the Beyond program. So if you remember from my first video I did last year on how we kind of came to find Heart of Dakota, I tell this to people because I want to, I guess, see also if I'm not alone in this feeling, and so far I have realized that I'm not alone. Everyone I've talked to at conventions or online, and that is a lot of people were turned off by the cover. So I'm telling you this not to make fun of the people, the creators behind this, because they are amazing people. This is the best curriculum. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. But I'm telling you this because if you are curious about this program, but you are like me and many others that have told me that they judge a book by its cover, sadly, which is so not what we should be doing, I want to tell you that please don't judge this curriculum by its cover. It might look a little old school, it might look kind of silly, but you know what? Maybe they had a reason for it, or who knows what, and maybe they'll change it in the future. Either way, don't let this cover stop you from getting the program, because it is the most amazing program. So anyways, this Beyond Little Hearts for His Glory, I think is for around 1st to 3rd graders or so. I think prime age would be 1st and 2nd grade. I'm not for sure though. It says ages 6 to 8. So anyways, when we start this in January, I am so excited because we got all these amazing chapter books in that we get to read together, and I'm a big book lover. As you all know, if you've watched any of my videos, I work for Usborne Books and More, and so our house is literally loaded with books, and we love still going to the library, and we still love buying books, and we love, every way of getting books. So anyways, I actually got this for Isaac to finish up with Little Hearts for His Glory this summer and this fall, because he is done with the other 2 that came with it, and he loves these so much. They're from Rod and Staff, and they're really great for gross motor skills and thinking skills. Sometimes they'll cut and paste things, sometimes they'll think and connect things, and I really, really, really like this, and so I highly recommend it for your little ones. And so that is what we'll be doing as we finish up Little Hearts for His Glory. Okay, so Beyond Little Hearts for His Glory, I want to give you guys a little glimpse, okay? So they are going to be learning a lot about early American and colonial times, which I'm really excited about because I'm like a history buff. So let's turn to the first page. Right, here we go, on Unit 1, Day 1, okay? What I love about Heart of Dakota is I love these nice little chunks, little boxes that make it simple and easy. You don't have to plan a lot. You can open it up and just go. Another thing I love about Heart of Dakota is it doesn't just have one subject that's Bible. It weaves it throughout your whole study, and it kind of comes together. What you're learning in history or science may connect with your Bible verse or your Bible story or whatever it is. It's really cool how she does this, and I really appreciate the time that she put into this for that. So another thing that I love about Heart of Dakota is if you're into homeschooling at all, you realize that a lot of people say, oh, do you like more of a box curriculum, or do you like to choose your own and go as you pick, And I'm kind of in the middle, and that's what I love about Heart of Dakota is you can go both ways with Heart of Dakota. For instance, you can do exactly what they tell you with language arts, and they have the spelling list in the back. And let's see, where are they? There's the poetry, by the way. There's poetry. All right, here's the spelling list, okay? So you can do their spelling list. You can do the recommended reading programs or the emerging book readers or the Drawn into the Heart of Reading. And you can also do the recommended Singapore math. So if you want a box curriculum set, you can get it. You can do it. But if you're like me that kind of likes to have your pick of a few subjects, for instance, we do all about reading for reading, all about spelling for spelling, and we do different math. So for this year, we're going to be doing Abeka math, and when he gets into 3rd grade, we're going to be doing teaching textbooks. So, okay, so anyways, that's what I love. You can customize this if you want. It is super easy to follow. She does such an amazing job of telling you what to do. So for instance, day 1 says in history, turn to American Pioneers and Patriots, page 2 and 12. So we'll get out this really nice hardback book on American Patriots and Pioneers. I said that backwards, but whatever. And here's page 2. So you're just going to read this with them, and they're going to see the ships, and they're going to start learning about the pioneers coming over. And then on page 12, if I can find it, they are going to see something really cool, and that is how people lived on sailing ships. And so they get to see how did it work as they were coming over here. You know, what was life like on a ship? So that will be what you do. And then poetry says, read aloud the poem, The Storm, and it's in the back of the book. Don't share the title. Ask the students to suggest some other titles for the poem and then share the real title at the end. And they have you do different things each day with the poem. She'll tell you different things to do with your Bible verse that helps them learn it and or think about it, and that's really cool. This box right here changes. Some days it's geography, some days it's science, some days it's art, some days, different stuff like that. So history activity, yeah, there you go. So I'll just kind of pause there for a second so you can read that if you want on the geography. I'm not going to read it though. You can do the music or you can do your own. I do my own. Language arts, you can turn to the spelling list, it says, or you can do your own program, which I'm doing handwriting for a reason, and then all about spelling. And then the story time. This is what I absolutely love about this program. She's already picked all these out for you, figured it out, told you what to do. So it says choose at least one biography to read aloud for the next 20 days. So then if you go to the next 20 days after that, it's going to say, let's see, I need to find the next 20 days. Okay, so the next one is the adventure book. So if you turn to the appendix in the back of the book, let me try to see if I can turn there without, it's kind of hard with one page or one hand, right? I'm trying to remember where it is. I'm trying not to waste too much of you guys' time, but I want to show you guys this if I can find it, because it's really cool. And oh, here we go. Okay, so there we go. This is the list, okay? So she gives you recommendations for biography. You can pick any of these. Now, if you get any of the interest kits, like we got the boy interest set of books, there will be one of those in each of these sets. So you won't even have to think. Like for us, we have William Henry Harrison. So we will be reading about William Henry Harrison as a boy the first 20 days, okay? And it has really nice illustrations every few pages. Then it goes to adventure books. So the next 20 days after that, you're going to read an adventure book. And so it's going to give you a good list of them that you can choose from. Or if you get the kits, there's a boy interest, a girl interest, or a classics interest. So for this one, we have The Sword and the Tree. And then the next one is historical fiction. And for that, we have Sarah Witcher's story. So then we'll be reading this one. And then we have fantasy, which we have The Cricket in Times Square. They also have Charlotte's Web for the classic one, which I think I'll get. And we'll try to get through both in that 20 days because who doesn't love Charlotte's Web, right? So this is A Cricket in Times Square. And I did find for a few of these, there's been movies made on them. Crickets in Times Square, obviously Popper's Penguin, Mr. Popper's Penguins, and Mountain Born, which is coming up, so I'll show you. Then the next one is Mystery, Who Stole the Wizard of Oz? So here will be the next 20 days after that we read. And these are obviously not ones that they're reading by themselves. These are ones that you guys are reading together. And then the next one is nonfiction. And so that will be this really cool book right here called If You Lived 100 Years Ago. And it has a lot of neat things about what they did, what they wore, what they ate, where they went 100 years ago. And then there is humor. And for that one, we have the awesome, very popular, which I can't wait to read with him, Mr. Popper's Penguins. And so really excited to do this one with him. And I was really excited when I saw that it was in the set. And then realistic fiction, we have Mountain Born. This was another one, a movie that was made in the 70s. So I'm going to try to see if we can find it. So that would be fun because after we read the books, we could, as a reward and fun treat afterwards, sit down and watch the movie together. And then the last one is The Apple and the Arrow. Now, again, this is just the boy set. So if you get the girl set, it's going to be different. Or if you get the classic set, it's going to be different. Or you can just look at her list and go to the library if you're needing to watch your budget and get whatever ones you want from her recommended list, okay? So then going back to the page, it says reading choices, and then so you choose their phonics program or do your own. So this is when we'll do all about reading. And then this is story time, which we already did. And then math, you either do what they say for math and do it, or you can do your own math program, which is what we'll be doing. And that is as simple as that. Isn't that so nice? And so you just check it off as you go, and then you're done. I love how easy and simple this layout is and how great she does of a job of picking out amazing books for children to read. And if you aren't doing a separate reading program like we are, because with All About Reading, we have our own readers. You can either buy the set of books from her, or she gives you the list that you can go to the library and get them for your kids to read along with the reading program that they suggest. So it can be everything you want it to be, or you can change it up and add some of your own. So if you guys have any questions about this amazing program, just let me know, because I'm all about Heart of Dakota. This is the science book, by the way, I forgot to show you, and it's all pointing back to the creator of it. And so really awesome how it ties God into everything in all aspects of the studies. So if you have any questions about this curriculum at all, Heart of Dakota or anything like that, please let me know. I can't recommend it enough. We have really enjoyed our first year homeschooling, and we cannot wait to start first grade. And he is just doing so well, and I'm just so excited. I love Heart of Dakota. I love everything about it, the way that it ties Christ into everything. It has classic, amazing, rich, living literature that they can read. And oh man, the way Carrie Austin just does each of the guides is just awesome. And, unless something changes, we plan on using Heart of Dakota from here on out until they graduate. It's just that good. And I'm such a history lover that I've already looked through the whole catalog and seen from here on to graduation what he'll be learning in history every year. And it is so awesome, and I can't wait. So, all right, guys. Oh, I forgot to show you these really quick. Sorry, I know this is getting long. So this will be part of their history some days that they read. And they'll read a couple pages. Well, you'll read a couple pages with them, and then they'll have comprehension questions and vocabulary words to help them understand what some of the words mean and to make sure they're understanding the story, which is really awesome. And then Boys and Girls of Colonial Days. So some stories to help them kind of get an idea, kind of like little fun historical fiction to help them understand the colonial days in America. So there you have it, guys. Hope this helped you. Talk to you soon.